What if everything we know about gender suddenly changed overnight? Picture this. All the men in the world wake up one morning to find themselves transformed into women. The world we live in would change in ways we never thought possible. So, what happens now? The first thing that happens is utter chaos. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a completely different face, one that doesn't look like yours. You're still you, but your body, your appearance, everything has changed. But you're not alone. Every man around you is going through the same thing. There's no warning. Everyone's in shock. How do you even begin to process this? The entire world is turned upside down. The reality you once knew is gone in the blink of an eye. People would have questions. What caused this? Is it permanent? How do we go forward? Suddenly, everyone is struggling to understand what's happening. But beyond the confusion, there's a much bigger issue. How do we rebuild the world? Let's look at the workplace. For decades, most leadership positions and high-powered jobs have been dominated by men. Now, every one of those men is a woman. What happens to the power structures in businesses, governments, and institutions? This could be the moment when we see a real shift in how decisions are made. Some people might see this as a positive change, more women in charge, bringing in different perspectives. There's a chance we could see more empathy and collaboration in how companies and governments work. But there could also be confusion and pushback from those who are used to the old order. This sudden change might not be easy for everyone to accept. And don't forget, men who are now women might struggle too. They've spent their whole lives in roles where they've been seen as the strong ones, the leaders. Now, they have to navigate the world as women. It could be eye-opening and frustrating all at once. Now, think about relationships and family life. Men, now women, will have to rethink their roles at home. Many of the things we expect in relationships, like who takes care of what, would suddenly be different. The dad, now a mom, might need to adjust to handling the house, the kids, and all the responsibilities that come with it. This change will test families. It could bring them closer as everyone learns to adapt to their new roles. Or it might create tension, especially if people don't understand the struggle of switching places. Imagine a husband, now wife, talking to their partner, who used to be their equal in the relationship, but now is the one who used to have more power in certain areas. How do they both adjust? Social norms would also change dramatically. The way society views things like beauty, strength, and independence would be reshaped. Men who were once viewed as the stronger gender are now seeing the world through the lens of what women go through every day. The struggles women face, like body image, sexism, and harassment, will become real for them. This could create a deep sense of empathy, but it might also make them question their previous attitudes. What would happen when men, now women, realize what it feels like to be judged based on looks? To be treated differently because of gender? The way society views men's and women's bodies could change overnight. And for women who once had to fight for equal treatment, they might see the world differently, having lived both experiences. In the long term, this could lead to a new world, a world where gender roles and expectations are no longer as clear-cut. Maybe, with both men and women having lived the life of the other, society could become more open-minded. We might finally move beyond old ideas about who is meant to do what based on their gender. There could be a future where we don't focus on gender at all, but instead we focus on the person, on their abilities, their passions, and their ambitions. Gender wouldn't limit anyone anymore. We'd be able to truly understand each other's struggles and work together in a more balanced world. So, what would happen if all men turned into women? At first, there would be shock, confusion, and chaos. But with time, things might change for the better. The world might become a place where the lines between men and women blur, and we all see each other as equals. This transformation could lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In the end, it might not just change society, it could change us all,